Hi Taurus, welcome to the channel and welcome to your reading for June 2023. This reading is intended for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So let's get right into it. This month is a little bit intense. There's a lot going on for you guys this month, in the internal world and in the external world. So on one hand, the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Magician, the Chariot, you feel really good. You feel inspired. You feel like things are going your way. You're motivated. You're meeting the right people. You're doing what you want to do. You're creating what you want to make. You're, it feels like everything is flowing very easily, and you're very inspired. You're putting yourself out there. Socially things are well. With work things are going well. It's like you're getting what you want in most respects. It's just very fun, very adventurous. Things are coming with ease, and you have this drive to create what you want to create and go for whatever it is you want to go for. And you have this drive, and nobody can really talk you out of it. And you're having fun, and you're doing what you want to do, and you're meeting all the right people. And there's just this ease and this funness that's happening on one hand. And then we also teeter back into feeling, you know, like emotionally. So the top of this spread with the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, it's like on the surface, it's like you're having fun, you're partying, things are going your way, you're doing what you want to do, you're meeting the right people. But then on the inside, it's like, okay, why can't I? It's like things seem to be going my way, but only to a certain point. Like, only it's not really coming together the way I want it to, the way I'm pushing for it to, and it feels like I'm it's like lacking this depth. It's like you're pushing for what you want to go for. You're meeting people. It's very nice. It's very fun, but it's lacking something that you really want. And as much as things are going the way you need them to or going the way you want them to, you're feeling this kind of you're feeling unsupported, especially emotionally. Like, you feel like you can go out and have fun and have a good time, but when it comes to your home, your emotional life, your romantic life, things like this, things deeply personal and intimate, you feel like there's something missing. You're feeling unsupported. And so it's like you're oscillating between, having fun, going out, making things happen, even overworking yourself, just pushing yourself to the point where you're immersing yourself in all these activities, like, and it seems fun, and you are meeting some nice people, and things are flowing very nicely, and you're definitely in this area planting seeds that can help you advance your career, or help you meet a romantic interest, or help you meet the people that you need to meet, or help you're planting seeds that's going to help you create what you need to create down the line, definitely. But you're pushing yourself into this external environment that's fun. Maybe there's a lot of partying, whatever it is, because there is this imbalance in your emotional world. There's this feeling of you're missing something, you're missing out, you're lacking something, especially in your home life, especially in your family life, your romantic life, these personal intimacy. There's this imbalance here, and I feel like you're projecting this onto the outside, going out, partying, having fun, trying to create something where you're trying to create this circumstance where you're going to fill that void, where you're going to, yeah, create that opportunity for yourself. But this opportunity is, the more you chase it, the more you go out there and try to create it. Like, sure, you can meet people romantically, but it's never going to be the depth that you want it to be. Or, it's things are never just gonna hit it off. And some things are going to hit it off, and some things are gonna work out, and that's what keeps you in this elevated energy. But it's like you're going out there and you're trying to make this emotional fulfillment happen. And it always seems like it's not the right time. And it's because it's not the right time, because there is this imbalance here. And this um, emotional fulfillment that you're looking for, it exists. It's already there. It already exists. It's not something that you have to go out and create. It's not something that you have to work hard. And I really feel like you guys are pushing yourselves as far away from as you can from this emotional intimacy, that you're running as far away from that as you can. And that's what's actually keeping you from manifesting this emotional connection, this whatever it is that you feel like you're missing in your intimate life. It's you're pushing yourself out there into the world, trying to make this happen, trying to manifest this, but this already exists. The reason that you don't have access to it right now is because of your own fear of intimacy. And part of you knows that you have this fear of intimacy. And that is exactly why you push yourself out into the external world and you go have fun and you go and try to make all these things happen for yourself. And, you're working yourself to the bone. You're, pushing yourself socially and physically to the limits. And it's, in an effort to avoid this emotional intimacy factor. And so while you are creating things for yourself and things are going well, and you're definitely planting seeds to create the life that you want to create, it's never quite getting off the ground. And so you're thinking you have to go out here and chase it and make it happen. But the fact is, it's already there, but you're not seeing it because you're not going inward and looking at what needs to be balanced out here. You're on this teeter-totter of running from emotional intimacy and trying to make it happen for yourself when it's already there, and the only reason you're not seeing it is because you're not looking inward to face this fear of intimacy or whatever wounds you have surrounding intimacy. So this month, it's almost like you guys are on a hamster wheel where you're running, and you're having a good time. And that's where it can be, you know, almost counterintuitive. It's like, what do you mean that I have to take a step back from this and, start to focus on myself and nurture myself and, connect to myself, and allow intimacy into my life, allow intimacy with others, because it feels counterintuitive, because you're going out, you're having a good time, things seem like they're coming together, but there's this element that is never quite getting off the ground, or it's never quite going where you want it to go. Or, the relationships are fun, and they're nice, but they lack that really, that emotional stability, that grounding, especially in a romantic sense. If you're looking for romance, there can be like a lot of passionate situations, but nothing that really grounds itself. So, what's important for you guys this month is to connect with yourself emotionally, connect with that part of yourself that is afraid of intimacy. Allow other people to help you. There's also this element that you have to go out there and you have to make all this stuff happen on your own. You have to do it. And while that is helping you, like I said, set the stage for a lot of things that you want to accomplish, it's at the same time, it's pushing you further away from what you want. It's like what you want is there, but you can't see it. You're just blindly running because you haven't addressed this issue of intimacy. You haven't addressed your ability to receive what you want. You're out there, you're driven, you're making it happen, but you're kind of in this workaholism in an effort to avoid this intimacy. And you need to address these factors or to understand why things don't work out the way you want them to, why you can put all this effort in, but never truly ground the stability that you want, especially in an emotional connection. So, as counterintuitive as it might be, because you're having so much fun in your life, and but not to say that you can't go out and you can't have fun, but you need to really pull back from a lot of these situations and really allow time to be with yourself and address these intimacy imbalances where you feel like you have to do everything for yourself. You're not allowing yourself to receive. You're not allowing other people to help you. You have these walls up that you probably aren't even realizing are there, but this month you're going to begin to realize the more that you allow yourself to sit with how you're feeling, that you really allow yourself to analyze how you're feeling instead of, rushing into the next social situation or rushing into starting the next project or rushing into chase something that you think will bring you this fulfillment and it never does. And I'm going to say right now, a lot of the things that you are experiencing right now, a lot of the things you're going through are going to bring you that fulfillment. They do have the potential to bring you the fulfillment you're looking for, but you're not seeing it because you have this blockage when it comes to intimacy. And you might not even realize it, but that's really what's doing this push and pull, especially with romance in your life, especially with, your work. It's like this push and pull where it's like you almost have it and then you don't. It's because subconsciously you're afraid of receiving. You're always go, 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 pushing your will onto the external and you're not. And so you're great at setting the stage, you're great at creating opportunities, but you're not receiving those opportunities. So this month, it's like eventually you're going to have to look at this emotional issue that keeps coming up. Why do I feel ungrounded when it comes to my emotional stability? Why can't I experience this happy romantic life or this intimacy? And it's because there's a blockage there that you need to, well, first of all, you're not seeing, but you need to really face the challenges that come up this month from the standpoint of how can you let this guard down? How can you let this guard down and allow yourself to be more open to receiving, whether that's, you know, allowing others to help you, allowing others to do things for you, allowing, you're setting up a lot of opportunities for yourself this month, and it's great to be social and have the social networks and things like that, but you also have to allow these people to help you when the help is offered. It's like you're good at setting the stage, and then when it comes time to actually manifest it, it's like you have this blockage up. You're like, oh, there's like this scared feeling when it's like, oh, I'm actually going to receive what I want. Oh my God. And it's like scary. So this month is about really when these things come up, when these emotions come up, to analyze that, to really pick apart why do you feel scared in the face of intimacy, in the face of receiving? What has built all these walls up? And where are you sabotaging your own manifestations? Where are you sabotaging your own goals because of your fear of intimacy, fear of success? And this is something that is, deeply personal, deeply emotional, and it can be scary to really look at life in like as this reflection of your inner world. So it's like eventually you guys are going to be put in a situation where it's like, okay, you're forced to look at this. You're forced to look at this wall you've built. You're forced to face this intimacy issue in some way, shape, or form. And once you do that, you're going to be able to actually create solid foundations, create solid plans. So, up at the top of the spread, we have all this manifesting energy, this potential, this drive to do stuff. And it's like you're creating all these opportunities, but they're not really getting beyond that. It's like you have set the stage for all these different opportunities. But until you address this issue when it comes to being emotionally intimate, being open to receiving, allowing others into your life, not being so guarded, they're never really going to get off the ground. But once you really address these issues, which you will be forced to face at some point in the next bit here, where life's just going to kind of force you, it's like the universe is going to force you to balance this out in whatever way that works for you. And you're going to realize that I don't have to toil so hard to create what I want. What I want is actually there, and I've just haven't been able to see it because of this wall I put up. And then this potential for manifesting that you have at the top of the spread here, now you're going to be able to start planning out what you actually want to do. And it becomes less of this chaotic, it's a very fun energy. It's great for, being creative and manifesting what I want, but it's going to be less of this raw, creative energy. And you're going to be able to actually implement that into um, creating something tangible. You're going to be able to make a plan. And so this month really is about balancing your emotions as well, not to be so full throttle. It's like once somebody touches this intimate aspect of yourself, or whatever wound is surrounding this, whatever, if somebody touches that wall that you've put up, that probably since childhood, probably something, that you've learned to guard this intimacy, and you've learned to be in that emperor energy, that you have to be independent, you have to go do it yourself, you have to whenever somebody touches that, you're in this reactive place where you're running full throttle. You're like, no, I can't, I don't need anybody's help. I can just do it like this, or I'm not going to ask them for help. I'm afraid to ask them for help, whatever it is. So this month is really about balancing your emotions and, you know, not being overly rational and avoidant, not intellectualizing our emotions, but analyzing so we can understand, okay, why do I feel so reactive when somebody, wants to help me? Why do I run away from when somebody wants to help me? Or even just asking, how come I keep having these great romantic situations or social situations, but they never manifest into the stability that I need? And asking yourself these questions and really getting to the bottom of why, this isn't just some unlucky circumstance that happens to you. It's not that you're unlucky in love. It's not that, you can't have these things that you want. It's that you've subconsciously had this guard up. And once you start to break that down, it will become a lot easier. And all the opportunities that you've set up for yourself in this raw, chaotic, fiery energy, you've set up all these opportunities for yourself. And once you start to break down this wall and this fear of intimacy and, this fear of receiving what you want, you'll realize how that it's not that you're just simply unlucky and that you can't have this. It's that you were subconsciously sabotaging these things for yourself. And you're going to start to be able to implement the groundwork to get this raw creative energy. You've already set the stage for so many great opportunities for yourself. It's just a matter of breaking down this barrier and not over intellectualizing, and because that's another form of running from emotional intimacy, but just allowing to yourself to analyze what's happening in the external world and why it's happening, and allowing yourself to break free that way and realize how you're sabotaging yourself. And from there, you can take real steps to implement the changes you want to make in your life, to implement the plans you have in your life, whether that's, you know, for your family, for work, whatever it is. You're taking this raw creative energy where you've been sitting in that because it's fun, and it also helps you avoid. Everything is basically centering around you avoiding this fear of intimacy. And you're overworking yourself, maybe overindulging, you know, just pushing yourself into the external world, trying to make things happen. And you need to come back to yourself. And, it's a good time to also, if get into meditation and things like that to help you really be in a state of stillness, in a state of receiving. You've already laid the groundwork for what it is that you want. The opportunities are already there. The opportunities are already creating themselves. What you want is there. You just have to tear down this wall. And once the wall's torn down, once you start to practice and ease into your receptive energy instead of being so much in this emperor energy, and you can balance those two out, the groundwork that you've laid when you were in this raw creative energy will bring you a lot of success. And not only will you have a lot of success, but you'll also be ending a lot of emotional pain that has been with you for a very long time. So that's basically it for this month. If you guys are feeling burnt out, or like nothing's getting off the ground, or nothing's really fully coming into its full potential, it's a good time to practice stillness. You don't have to run out and make things happen all the time. You've already laid the groundwork. Now it's time to practice stillness and receiving. And so start to learn about what that means and how you can get into this energy. And the more you, and that's a good thing too, if you can't just dive into, some the deep emotional aspects of your inner world, that's good to just read about um, these states of being, and you know try meditation, try just implementing a practice of stillness in some areas of your life, so that you can really get a taste for what that feels like. And as you do that, it will unlock and break down more of this wall. As you do that, it doesn't have to be an overnight thing, but the more you learn to practice stillness and being in a state of receiving, the more things will come to you with ease and the more opportunities will open up. So it's all about balance. And you don't have to be in this action energy all the time. After you are in the action energy, you have to sit back and allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to tap into your inner world. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this month. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.